Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Nio. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about Nio Stock. Should you buy Nio Stock? $41.43. My overall price prediction for Nio by the end of the year, and why I think right now is a very good time to buy Nio. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is just for educational purposes. It's not financial advice. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So we can definitely see, looking at Nio Stock, up 3.82% in its last trading session, up about 1% in after hours. Looking at the 1 week chart altogether, it's up 12% of its value, which is pretty good considering how much of a beating Nio has actually been taking lately. Everyone who's kind of been following Nio for a long time knows that, this thing was trading at pretty significant, a pretty much higher significant share price a couple of months back. Looking at the 1 month chart, up 4.73%. And looking at the 3 month chart, it's still down 35.32% of its value. We definitely see here that Nio is trading around $62.84 a share, with a low all the way here, as you guys can see, $35.21. Even going lower here as well. And I honestly don't think we're going to be able to retest these lows ever again. I definitely think that Nio is definitely going to start trading in the upwards direction. Now, let's talk about why Nio Stock has kind of been falling over the last couple of months. Well, one, the whole EV market in itself really did take a huge correction. It's not just Nio in specific. It's not just Chinese EV as well. It's all EV, the whole EV sector, whether it was ChargePoint, Plug Power, Tesla, Nio, Xpeng, Workhorse. A lot of big-time EV companies took a huge hit from the month of basically February all the way up until April. Some of them have slowly started to make a decent recovery, which is starting to make people kind of open their eyes up to EVs once again. But let me tell you why I think right now is a very good time to buy Nio stock. One, we definitely see that Nio is on a huge trajectory of growth. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, one, Nio, they just had their Shanghai Auto Show. We all know that they're working out the ET7 sedan, which they're going to start selling in 2022. Their battery swap stations are now being put up all over China. They're expanding to Europe by the second half of 2021, going to start selling cars to a whole new market. They continue to expand all across the world as fast as they can. There's even rumors that they're going to be expanding to the United States. Nio's still working on dropping more lines of vehicles. They want to give their customers more options. But if we take a look at it on paper, and we see that Nio's continuously beating their increased deliveries month after month. We see that, more and more people are buying Nio cars. And, like I said, it wasn't anything that Nio did as a specific company that actually made the stock price fall. And we actually did get a huge, interesting piece of news on Friday. There was somebody who basically bought 1.2 million shares of Nio stock worth $48 million on Friday, which is just absolutely amazing. That's probably like a big time hedge fund buyer. And it goes to show, that there's probably a lot more people that are getting a lot more bullish on Nio stock. Like I said, that's a big buy. A lot of people question it could be ARK Invest who bought that, or it could be some other big time company or analyst. But even taking a look on paper, average analyst upgrade for Nio, the upside potential is $62. And it just recently did get an analyst upgrade up to about $50, which is very good. That means a lot of analysts are, looking for the case of Nio as well. And here's the thing, a lot of analysts hate Nio. A lot of analysts don't really like Chinese stocks. I know, kind of ever since the Luckin Coffee incident, it's left a sour taste in a lot of analysts' mouth when it comes to Chinese stocks, but Nio is the real deal. A lot of people speculating that Nio could hit profitability by 2022, which is just absolutely amazing. A company hitting profitability this quick is just kind of something to be proud of. It took Tesla a lot longer to hit profitability than it did Nio, but there's also other reasons why I think right now Nio is a very good buy. We definitely see the huge expansion of the EV market. The EV market continues to expand and grow every single day. It's a very explosive market and one that's going to be growing for a very long time. I do expect Nio stock to be $70 to $80 by the end of this year, so double its overall stock value as of right now. And I do expect Nio to be well over $100 in the year of 2022. Obviously, I did have a price target of Nio stock $100 by the end of this year, but with the correction that kind of happened for no absolute reason, I don't think it's, possible for Nio stock to hit $100 by the end of the year. Although, you could always be shocked. You could always be surprised. There is a possibility that Nio stocks could still hit $100 by the end of the year. Nonetheless, I do think Nio stock is a great buy. I do think that right now, Nio is the biggest stock that people should be picking up as far as the EV market goes in itself. Everyone has said it time and time again. Nio is going to be a winner. It is going to be a top EV company. It's going to be the top representation of the Chinese EV game. It's got government backing. It's like I said, it's doing a very good job of expanding itself and continuing to sell more vehicles. Really wanting to see how they kind of take their business approach. They do offer the battery as a service, which does differentiate itself from its overall competition. But if it wants to keep up with Tesla, I think it's has to get a little bit more innovative than just, the battery as a service. But nonetheless, it's still very good because no other EV company actually offers that type of service, which does give Nio a slight competitive advantage. But the upside potential for Nio, seeing how they're expanding to Europe, seeing how they're selling more cars, seeing how their, revenues are increasing, more big-time analysts are upgrading the stock, and there's a lot of people who are sinking money into the stock, like big-time people are sinking money into the stock. This is something where you look at it and they're like, okay, they know something that we probably don't, or they see the huge upside potential. Like I said, analysts hate Nio Stock, and its average price target for the stock is about $62 to $63 a share. It just goes to show that, people do see the bullish sentiment behind Nio, and people do know that Nio is going to be growing for a very long time. This is definitely a buy and hold type position. I don't want people to kind of be upset if Nio starts to trickle down a little bit. It's definitely going to be a bumpy wave up. But seeing as how, we definitely got like a whole 2 months of market correction, I do think that we're going to start seeing a slow uptrend for Nio Stock. And I do think that Nio Stock is going to start retesting the $50 to $55 levels here in the next coming months. I think it is theoretically possible. Like I said, we've already had the correction. Now there's a lot more people who are kind of starting to buy up. We're definitely going to see a lot of retail traders kind of slowly coming back in as the stock price starts to go up. People thinking that it's going to be a safer buy. A lot of analysts also like to ride the wave up as well. So this is definitely going to cause a slow up trickle as far as the overall share price when it comes to Nio Stock. So my overall price prediction for Nio Stock, about $70, $75 by the end of the year. Hopefully a little bit higher. If we could hit $80, $85 a share, that would be absolutely amazing. But I also do think that, Nio Stock is definitely going to hit well over $100 by 2022. I think it's a huge possibility. And I do think that Nio is a keeper. I do think it's a stock that people should hold for a very long time because it is a company that is definitely going to offer huge sentimental value and huge value in the EV game in the next 5 to 10 years as well. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comments section below, guys, what you think of Nio Stock. Do you guys think Nio Stock can hit $80 by the end of the year?